let's do this right. Let's go to
I really wanted to make this video for not only myself, but also for you guys, my friends and family who watch and support my channel. After this semester at Ryerson, I have decided that I will be transferring to the University of Florida in the fall. I'm very excited for this change. Like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. It truly feels like this process has taken months and months, which it has, but I just feel so much better. I actually made a Google Docs for this on my computer because I didn't want anything to come off the wrong way. First and foremost, I just want to say that this decision is for me, and I know that I don't have to explain myself to anyone, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of value coming from the negatives and the hard parts of my life so that others can learn and grow from it as well. So disclaimer, all these opinions are my own. Everything I'm saying is based off of my experiences, and yeah. Let's get into it. Let's talk about why I'm transferring. I'm gonna be straight up, I'm just not happy anymore. And that's okay. The best part of this situation and that I've learned about myself is being able to identify when I'm feeling certain things and how I can fix that. Even back before the pandemic, before being sent home, I did have some thoughts about if that school was meant for me or not. And at first I was kind of like, oh, well, everyone goes through this and everyone thinks this in their first year. Then came my sophomore year, and that's when things started changing. Obviously, the pandemic has a lot to do with everything, and I know that, and I'm very, very aware that a lot of people are going through what I'm going through. That being said, I just know that I am not an online learner. I've mentioned it in previous videos that I can't do online school for long term, especially with my school being in another country, but that's beside the point. COVID had a big part in my decision, just wanted to let you guys know that. Another thing that I noticed specifically with me is that I'm just not as passionate about my major as I thought I was, or at least as I was a year ago. For those who don't know, I'm currently in my second year of sport media at Ryerson University. I feel like this program is really, really special and really unique in the sense that it teaches you so many things that you probably wouldn't learn in a conventional school. For example, I'm taking classes like On Air, I took classes like TV Lab, stuff like that. The more and more I was taking those classes, I started realizing that it was almost being forced. Obviously, you would take those classes. I'm not saying forced like, yeah, oh, you have to take these classes. I'm just saying the interest felt forced for me, which is never a good feeling. Also, I feel like I'm taking a lot of the same class in different versions. There's a lot of theory-based work, but we're learning the same theories like over and over and over again. I just feel like for me and for my college experience, I don't want to just stay niche in that topic. So at UF, I'll be able to take like more marketing, more advertising classes, things that spark my interest. And of course, I do have to mention that there are no live sports going on, and that's why a lot of us go to that program in the first place. There are some other things that I'm not ready to talk about just yet. I think I'm gonna wait until after I fully transfer to open up about it. There are some things that rub me the wrong way, and I didn't know if that was just like normal college life, but after talking to some of my friends that go to different schools, I've realized that it's not normal. But yeah, as a whole, I think mostly it's just me losing my passion about sport media. I still love it. I still love sports. I still love the idea of sport media. I mean, I'm working for a junior hockey team right now. I just feel like for me personally, I need to go into a more general field, if that makes sense. Also, before we move on to the next thing, I just wanted to say everyone has their own experience. This is just mine. I'm not saying like, oh, don't go to Ryerson sport media. That's not what I'm saying. I was just able to identify what was making me feel sad and depressed and angry all the time. And once I pinpointed that, I was able to make that change. I'm gonna do a whole video on how I got into UF and the process of transferring, but this video is more so like explaining why. I've already kind of touched on this a little bit, but another thing that I'm really looking forward to is location. I know I have to address this. I am in Florida right now. The purpose of me being here is to tour the campus properly, to look for an apartment, and also I do have a meeting with a community college down here. Completely other separate part of the transferring process, but long story short, in Canada you just start your major. You don't do any gen eds. You literally go straight into your major your very first semester of college. Many of you guys who watch me are in the States, so you know that you have to do mostly 2 years of gen eds and then you get into your major your last 2 years. I have to take 5 classes in the summer to make up for my gen eds that I didn't take in Canada. Yeah, that's why I'm in Florida. All COVID precautions are being taken. I have been following and doing research on both states, the one that I'm from, the one that I'm in, all that stuff. My parents, grandparents, everyone's backing me in the choice to be here and do this, so just wanted to let you guys know. So no need to worry, no need to get mad. I'm following all the rules, it's okay. Back to what I was saying, location. I just really know that I can't live in a big city like Toronto. Also, it is Florida, so I'm thinking most likely my classes, or at least some of my classes, will be in person. The one thing I knew I didn't want to do was be at home and do classes again from home. But another thing that I was considering is not living in a big city. I think even if I were to go back to Toronto, I would be in like a surrounding city, like not the big buildings and all that stuff. I'm actually so glad that I experienced like living in Toronto, because now I know that I don't want to live in a city when I grow up. And that's what college is all about, right? Finding out what you do like, what you don't like, and I'm really glad that I got to know myself in this way early on in life. And the last thing that I really wanted to talk about is my future and what I plan to be doing. I've always been the type of person to be committed, to be driven, but also I know when my time is up. Honestly, for sports, I don't see myself doing it the rest of my life. I don't see myself going into my 50s doing sports, but I still love sports and I love sport media right now, and I know that this is something that I do want to pursue. It's just gonna be a long-term temporary thing. However, I think a major like telecommunications, even marketing or advertising, I have like a general skill set and a degree that will help me get to multiple different places. I know in today's society that huge controversy of if a degree is necessary, if you even need to go to college. I personally believe that the degree is your ticket into the door. With that said though, I would like to have a degree that covers a lot of different bases, and I just felt like sport media was just a little niche for me. Every experience is different. This is just mine, and I just wanted to share with you guys, because when I was contemplating transferring, I really didn't find anyone on YouTube willing to like talk about what they had to do or why they were doing it. And by all means, this is not a middle finger to Ryerson. I'm so blessed that I got to experience the school and the culture. I just needed this change for me. I hope that this video explained my decision pretty well. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave them down below or even DM me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.